Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do our daily analysis of price action, but this time on Bitcoin USD. So we're going to do, as we did yesterday, our daily analysis without any key level or price sensitivity area marked out. So we want to analyze and dissect price action directly. So analyze price action and the market structure that is coming from it. So we're starting here around 1 a.m. We're seeing here a top being created and then a big impulsive move down. We start now at 2:30 a.m. With a strong rejection. I can say it's possibly an important level, but we still don't know about it. But it is a very important level because we see a very strong reaction, and after a pullback and a sort of retest, we see then price moving up. So since we don't know if this area is a price sensitivity area on the left, we're going to just see this move up, impulsive pullback, failing to break up below, and then continuation up. So what we're going to analyze is sort of price points. So we see this big impulsive candle. So unless we entered here or here, if we had a pre-plan, so we have had an analysis that said that maybe high risk, high reward entry at this level, or maybe this is a retest of another level. Maybe we saw price, let me check, price dipping below a key level and then immediately reacting. So maybe we could have had an analysis say, okay, but above this level, we're going to take buys. So for now, of course, we're not thinking about that because we don't know the levels. But what we see is we see break, retest, and then continuation up. Sort of classic uptrend, impulsive pullback. We have now a deeper pullback that goes, let's see where it goes, on the left hand side. Is dipping a little bit below these levels. So you might say, okay, then you see a retest of this level, exact level. So you think, okay, we might have had an impulsive on the upside. We're breaking, we are retesting these previous highs, and then we're continuing down. So we're still, either this is an important key level that we plan to sell from, otherwise you don't, you just wait, you stay on the sidelines, you see, okay, but now we are sort of bouncing, but we see a new higher high being created. You see is no highs on the left. Then we see a pullback. This pullback, where does it go this time? Let me clean it. This pullback over here is exactly at its previous high, sorry. So it's creating a new low above these previous highs. So we're starting to consider, okay, maybe there's a shift in market structure. We are seeing a break, retest, and continuation up. We have some 4 a.m. not much volume. We had a big spike of volume, and at Tokyo or Singapore open at 3 a.m. as you can see, the spike of volume. We are sort of creating an order block, but then we have a break, small retest, and then continuation up. Let's go. Let's do a zoom on it. If we see here, we are exactly retesting this previous order block top. Here you can't see much because it's really small, but we have a break on the upside and then a retest with a bearish candle here, failing to break below. And this is a good confirmation for price continuing up. So maybe you enter aggressively here. You enter here, but you get a impulsive move, a big bearish candle. Either you exit, or if you follow your plan, you see, no, okay, trade idea is still valid because we are still above, even the pullback, we are still above the order block. I stay there, I stay in the trade, and then you reap your benefits and your profit here, and you have the profitable trade following price action and the market structure. So you identified another block being created here. We identify a breakout, a retest failing to break below, and then continuation up. You had this pullback here that doesn't break below, so you are still in the same valid trade idea, and then price continuation up for your profits. Okay, then what we have this impulsive, we have a pullback. Look, where does it go? The pullback. The pullback goes at the previous highs, doesn't break below. So there's a sort of, if you want, re-entry. But now what are we making here? We are not making a new high. As you can see, we are failing to make a new high. We had this new high being printed, a pullback, upside move. But if you go on the left, you see we are not making a new high. And then we create a new, we break below these previous highs, we create a new low. We fail to make a new high, so we are starting to shift, as you can see, shift in the market structure. And we are not even looking at what happens after. We are just looking at these moves. We are starting to make, this was the last higher high. We are making a lower high, lower low, this one, another lower low, lower high. And then we have a reaction here, same level, failing to break above. And then continuation down, we have another, even below this order block highs, we have another lower low being created. So it's pretty clear. Higher high, higher low, failing to make a new higher high, lower low, lower high, same low, lower high, and then continuation down. And then equally aggressive, then we have an upside move. But look at his, is it changing the market structure, the corrective bearish structure that we identified from these two highs and also maybe this third high? No, because remember, a trend is not determined by the trend line, but it's determined by the price point. So even if this is the trend line, this is not breaking. It's okay, so we're going to buy. No, because we are not we are failing to break above this high, as you can see. We are still creating a new lower high because, as you can see here, we are failing to make a new high. That will have been a change and a shift in market structure. Move like this, retest of these highs, and then continuation up. That would have been a shift into a bias. But as I told you, we are making high, lower low, or slash the same. We are not in the shift in market structure yet, but now we are failing to make a new high, and now we are creating a new lower low, new lower high, new lower low, new lower high, new lower low. This is pretty, if you connect the dots, tack, tack. is clearly not the cleanest one, but is clearly a downtrend, as you can see. Let me clean it a little bit. So we are making lower high, lower lows. As you can see, we are retesting exactly on the dot the previous lows. As you can see here on the left. Let me clean. You see a new low being printed, new high. Where does it stop? Exactly here, exactly on the dot. And then we have continuation down, new lower low. Then we have a new lower high again, and then we are failing to make a new lower low. And that's something that you start to think, okay, something may change. You start looking at the left. Where are we? Are we at a key level? Are we at a big, important price sensitivity area? For the recent price action, I would say no. No big deals. But indeed, we are starting to see a double top being created, because double bottom. Here we are failing to break below, and in continuation down to create new lower lows. We have a strong reaction. We fail to make new high, so we can say, okay, we're still in a sell bias because we failed to make a new high. We can continue down. We can continue down and make a new lower low, like it happened here. Fail and then continuation down. Absolutely makes sense. That's why you don't jump into different biases. As you can see, tack, 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 tack. Perfect. Now you start seeing a double bottom, failing to make new high, but then a very short pullback. You see this pullback. You see that the previous highs are creating an order block, so you can say chart it this way. These highs have been respected, but now these lows, very short pullback, as you can see at these previous price points, and then you see, okay, failing to break above. Okay, you break above, deeper pullback, and then continuation up. So that's why you don't have a clean, pretty clean action here. Where you might have entered is after this last retest that retested exactly this previous highs, exactly on the point, and that's where price then moved up. New higher high, new higher low, new higher high, new higher low, new higher high, new higher low, new higher high, new higher lows, new higher high. Here we still create a new higher high, here, but now we fail to make new highs. We are failing to break above. You might think that this is a very important key level or price sensitivity area. You look on the left, you look on the hourly time frame, and you start seeing, okay, failing to break. We got a nice rally above these levels, like 100 pips. And now we're starting to fail. You see buyers exhaustion, and then you see new lower low, new lower high, and then you see a shift in the market structure again. And if we mark up some of these price points, for sure we'll find that the price points are very important, very and respected. So let's see. I don't know, maybe it's an epic fail, maybe not. So we have this retest, you look on the left, this is the previous higher high and got respected exactly on the dot, which was sort of this previous resistance on the left. Then we have some action here. We have price bouncing exactly from the highs, previous highs, and is exactly the same level where it gets respected over here, as you can see. And then we have the failure to break and sort of retest of this level, which is the same, these previous highs. You have impulsive breakdown above this level, which is, look how many prices here. Look on the left. How many times has been not respected, but how many times did it create some change in price action? Here, 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 here. And that is what a price sensitivity area is a sensitivity to the price area that causes something to the price every time it touches it. And then we see here exactly this level as before. And then we are retesting these previous lows, we break below, and then we jump back up very aggressively, and then we start sort of declining the volume. But this is it. This is a Bitcoin daily recap, only with price action, no, not even key levels or price sensitivity areas, just looking at the chart of today. So see you guys for the gold analysis.